here, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Today we will continue in chapter 17. Like I was writing it down in the book of Psalms. Like I'm not 100% sure, but let's say, 17, so it was, I believe, 18. So this is Psalms chapter 18, because I always write down where I stopped last camp. Since doing camp alone is kind of like different. Okay, I started doing it like that. Okay. So this is chapter 18. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust. My buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me. Come, and this chapter continues. Okay. In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled, the foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub, and did fly, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place, his pavilion, or pavilion, I believe you say. Round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds cast hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. He sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered. At thy rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils, he sent from above. He took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands had he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God, for all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore had the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt shew thyself merciful, and with upright men thou wilt shew thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt shew thyself pure, and with the forward thou wilt shew thyself forward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but wilt bring down high looks. For thou wilt light my candle, the Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have won to a troop, and by my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect, the word of the Lord is right, he is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is God save the Lord, or who is a rock save our God? It is God that girded me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like his feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teached my hands to war, to that a bow of steel is broken mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand had holden me up, and thy gentleness had made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn again till they were consumed. So that real quick. I don't know, but people stole my pictures here again. Okay, so I have only one left, but that's okay for the moment. Yeah, not too much attention on me, because there's already a camp in Germany. Okay, it's not a good, how you say, not a good site, if you will. Okay, if there are 2 camps in Germany. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is I refer to them as the official camp, even if somebody asks me. Okay, that's the only thing that I can do. When it comes to people on the internet seeing that I do camp in Germany, okay, then I also do that. You see, so really I do everything that I can. Okay, I was 1 year at the GMS Germany camp. Okay, nobody saw me, so really, it's it's not only about that. Okay, it's not only about that. Let's say like that. Was it 1 year, a little bit above or a little bit under it? I don't know, but it's not like you write the date down for everything. But I learned a lot in that time, and yeah, really I benefit from it. Okay. I believe that's why you say 1 year is the usual training, if you will. Okay. Here, consumed. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn again till they were consumed. Yeah, if we read here, we see that it's a psalm of David. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, who spake unto the Lord the words of his song in the day that the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. You see? So that's why we read, I have pursued mine enemies and I have overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them, that they were not able to rise. They all fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. a people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. It is God that avenged me and subdued the people under me. He delivered me from mine enemies, yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent men. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Great deliverance giveth he to his king, and sheweth mercy to his anointed, to David and to his seed forevermore. Yeah, and this is, this is David. Okay, a contrast. Great. Yeah, sometimes you think Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Shem Shai, just is okay with the heathen and their ways, right? But if you read this, for example, David is directly under Yahweh Shai, which means if you read this, he really is not too much, caring about, the way the heathen feel. The heathen feel. You see, so even David is another perspective that we can use looking at this kingdom. You see, because of course you can argue, yeah, Yahweh Shai, I don't see him. I was not there when he was there. But you don't know. Maybe you was there. Okay. First of all. Second, okay, we have his words in the Bible. It's basically a where was my internet? I just. Huh? Yeah. So basically you have the compressed version, the compressed words of Yahweh Shai in the scriptures. Okay, those things that you can't put in words because there are not enough books to write it all down, are his good doings. Okay, but everything else is basically written. If there's something important, then you can be sure it's written. You see, all things that we really need. So again, it's a compressed version, okay, compressed version of what he wants to show us exactly. You see, so really, it's another perspective. Again, you can argue, yeah, Yahweh Shai is not here at the moment. Yahweh is not here. And these how you call it, atheist, standard atheist arguments, okay, or agnostic people, right? I don't know the English term, but I can figure it out. Agnosticism. Come. Okay. So agnosticism, yeah, these standard arguments. But then you have also David, who gives you another perspective. Okay, he actually is he moved a little bit different. Okay, a time where people fought against each other, okay, where you had yeah, it's not Willie, Willie, he was healing, okay, because from us comes the healing to the nations, okay. Willie, what he was, okay, what he did was basically making people free from the snake, basically, if you will, also, okay. So Willie, he was also healing, but what I mean is, we were in a completely different time where people fought against each other, okay, nation against nation, and things like that, okay. Really a different time, right? And you see how this all gives you a different perspective on everything. Yeah, okay. And sometimes you might think, oh, Yahweh, okay, they are all so cool about what again, if you're living on the surface, which we normal people do, basically, you don't see wickedness too much if you're not in the truth, basically, okay. But what is with the wickedness in general, okay, which you don't see, okay. They're doing their best to hide stuff from you. And what is with these things? And the answer to that is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are not cool with what continues to have fruits, okay. You can see it as a poisoned fruit, okay. So these fruits are still growing, okay, the fruits of the wicked, just like the fruits of the righteous grow, okay. You have poisonous trees out here, and you have trees with good fruit, okay. Remember, the scriptures tell you about it, okay. So so another example why that is not the case is basically if you read about David, if you read about our time, okay, when we came out of Egypt in general to today, okay. So this is why you need also the so-called Old Testament, and you need also I don't know, the book of Revelation, for example, okay. So you have to put things together, okay, because the book of Revelation also talks about, okay, that Yahushua is a violent man, and he is not okay with the wickedness day by day, okay. So people thinking like Yahushua, Yahweh is like a soft man, okay, okay with everything, okay. And basically, what is it? Okay, we will be some kind of what is it? Some kind of doves in the kingdom, okay? And wickedness just continues, okay? We will be some dove-like energies in the kingdom, okay? Flying around doing nothing, just being spirit. It's not so easy, okay. There's a lot more to it, and the first thing which is to be put in proper perspective is, again, that just because you don't see all the wickedness doesn't mean that there is no wickedness. And guess what? If Yahweh Hashem Yahushua hides also to a certain extent this wickedness from you, okay, it doesn't mean, okay, that the scripture already tells you who is fighting with me against these principalities of darkness, okay. So yeah, this is an offer, okay, because you have to have a certain amount of understanding. You can call it knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but also knowledge. Okay, because if you just think again, if you just think my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. If you think really that everything is good and and there's no wickedness just because you don't see it, then these people reached actually their goal, which is to deceive you, okay, and to make it seem, but also to make you believe, okay, that everything is how it should be, okay, but this is not the case. Okay, so yeah, and the later we are in the not so much game, but if you want to call it like that, in the game of life, basically, okay, you can call it however you want. It's just life in general, okay, as long as you are alive, okay. I don't like to use that term either, but the longer we stay here, let's just say like that, I like that. The longer we stay here, okay, in this eon, okay, the more we see that wickedness can't be hidden too much. The later it gets, okay, until Yahweh Shai comes back, the more wickedness can't be hidden. Okay, you have the internet, the unicorn, you have the okay, the civil wars maybe, okay, depends on the country, okay, and what happens is sooner or later, okay, people will not be tolerating, okay, all that stuff anymore, okay, because really it's just our people, okay. The heathen know what goes on, okay. The heathen know oftentimes what goes on, okay. It's just our people, the two dirts, that really whatever they trust in, okay, because the heathens don't, most of them don't even trust in that anymore, okay. Okay, so basically if you read this, okay, then you understand that this was a time where again nations fought against nations, okay, and people had swords in their hands, okay, and we are now in the time where all this will stop also, okay. People will no longer have swords in their hands, guns in their hands. Sword just means weapons in general, okay. So all this will end sooner or later, okay. People will no longer use weapons against each other. So back then you had like every kind of weapon. Today you have even more kind of weapons, and in the kingdom it will not be who has the most weapons or whatever. It will be more like who has the power or not, okay. Because there will be spiritual power, okay, which means you know, I don't know, you can stop guns from being built, okay? You can stop certain crimes from happen, okay? You see, the lamp will chill with the lamp will chill with the lion, right? So in today's world, that is not possible, okay? So this is verse 1, chapter 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speak, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speak nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out to all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them had he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. And with the simple, basically to the law, we are all made wise. Okay, so the simple is just a man, I believe an Israelite, who knows that the commandments, you know, the laws of the Bible are indeed a way of life, okay, and they want to keep it. So if you understand that, then I believe you are simple, because the only matter why human beings are here is because of keeping the commandments. So that's what makes you simple, and from there on, you know, you can basically say you are simple. Okay, it doesn't matter how so-called well educated you are. Okay, you are the simple Israelite, not in a way where you would say stupid. Okay, because simple has both sides. Okay, stupid, but also the other side, which is creative simple, if you will. Okay, because even a professor, doctor, okay, can make his life overly complicated, where he bugs out and kills himself. And trust me, there are enough like that. Okay, so it's not about that. Guess what it is about? To stay simple. Okay, and this simplicity, this simplicity is the perfect, what is it? The perfect good side of yours. Okay, it doesn't matter what you are else in life. Okay, you need that certain simplicity. Okay, to understand that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shais, you know, his creation is greater than your imagination. Okay, because if you think about it, your imagination, okay, your today you would say 100 years, and you can call yourself lucky to stay alive that long. Okay, it's nothing compared even to people, okay, back in the days, who lived longer. Okay, just read from Genesis to Deuteronomy, for example. Okay, first book of Moses until the 5th book of Moses. Okay, so really really you need a certain amount of simplicity, you know, to make it true, all kind of struggle with yourself also. Okay, struggle with yourself. I just told you. Okay, people who bug out, is it not also a kind of like bugging out? Okay, even if we read about David. Okay, looking at Bathsheba, or how you say her name. Okay, I can just Google it. You know, we have the possibilities today, but it doesn't matter again how great you are. Okay, as long as you're not in the spiritual realm, okay, Yahweh anyway, since the beginning of time, okay, Alpha and Omega, but Yahushai, for example, okay, Yahushai as Solomon, okay, with all these women, okay, so. But let's just stay right there. King David. Okay, you can see it as some kind of bogging out. Okay, seeing a beautiful woman taking a shower. Okay. Basically, yeah. Again, you can be as great as you want. Okay, there's always a risk of you, losing focus basically. Okay. But it's not so easy, you know, it's not so easy. So what happens is, you need a certain amount of simplicity. Okay, maybe it would have helped David if he would think in the same moment, oh, this Bathsheba looks nice, okay, but technically there is another woman, okay, that is not married, that looks just like that or even better. Okay. And that is maybe the hardest thing to understand, because as long as you have no proof for it, okay, who wants to believe that? Okay, but there are, a lot of things, okay, that again, okay, that play in with that, okay, with that, what your body, what your spirit sees and what your spirit thinks, okay, then the story before that maybe, okay, so I'm not the one who knows, okay, and I'm not him, okay, but as you see, okay, doesn't matter what title you have, so to speak, okay, what title you have, doesn't really matter, okay. If you bug out, then you bug out, okay? So what is the meaning of all this? Okay, I just wanted to say you that, okay, you have to have a kind of simplicity, okay? You have to have a kind of simplicity, okay? Scripture tells you. The scripture tells you that, okay, I believe. I think there's a verse, okay, yeah, the simplicity that is in Yahushai, you see. Simplicity that is in, you have to type in Jesus Christ, okay, that's just what this modern day yeah, you call it, how you call it, censorship, yeah, okay, you can call it censorship. 2 Corinthians 11:3, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahushai. Yeah, but with sexuality, I know it myself. Okay, it's kind of like a little bit different. Okay, it can end like that, but you have to fight it. Okay, because look at look at people out here, man. Okay, vaping as a animal, basically. Okay, women that they see out here. Okay, women that they see out here. Then you have the pros. Okay, behind doors, vaping. What is it? Yeah, babies actually. Okay, vaping babies. Doesn't matter man or woman. Okay, the pros. You know. So you could argue they are even more honest, right? But guess what? You know, the first ones I talked about. So yeah, what is the one thing, okay, that made great people? Scripture talks about great people are not righteous all the time anyway. Okay, if you don't know. Okay, I know these scriptures. Okay, but I use them for my profit. Okay, I don't use them to see it as a way to sin. Okay, or option. Oh yeah, you know. So what is the one thing that basically can bug out great men? Okay, it's sexuality. You see, it's sexuality, and the proof for that is I just told you about King Solomon. Okay, King David. Okay, wait, what we have also. Samsung. Okay, Samsung. Wait, I'm really not good at names, right? Salakia. I always say instead of Samsung, Samsung, I say always Samsung, or I say yeah. Sometimes I got it right, but you know. Yeah, so basically, wait, in the English you say like. Um, yeah, I'm more artist than a name keeper. Let's be honest. But in English you say Samsung, okay? Like I said. Okay, so in the German you say in the German you say Simson. Okay? So it depends on what language, okay? That's maybe why I confuse it. But what is the you see, so that's good to repeat it. What is the main thing? And it's sexuality, okay, which has a lot of power over you. Okay, you can call it lust, call it however you want. Okay, but some people out there really believe they only survive if they rape, you know, the next living thing over there. Okay, and that is actually a hard thing, if you understand it. Okay, that is a hard thing if you know, okay, that great men also fell to this kind of thing. Okay, so it's not like, okay, it's not like you know, it's not like this is an easy thing. Okay, but through the scriptures we can learn. Okay, through the scriptures, or the scriptures are there for our learning. Okay, so I just stopped at 3. Okay, great man actually. Okay, I could continue. Okay, I could continue. There are stories that we never heard of. They are not in the scriptures. Okay, because the Bible also has to stay it has to stay in a book. Okay, it can't be that the Bible is, I don't know, 30 books. Okay, most people wouldn't understand. Okay, most people wouldn't understand it. Okay, but there are a lot of, if you will, people without a title or without a, okay, heavy position or heavy role heavy position in between Israel, okay, or okay, and guess what? If you put all their stories also in, with those three names, you just hear about those three names, like they are some special kind of wicked. Okay, forget that. It just shows you that no matter what you do, okay, it's not of him that won it, but of the Lord who showed mercy. Okay, so again, just because you hear, for example, those three names, doesn't mean, okay, that they are some special kind of wicked, or whatever you might think. Okay, because I don't have to prove you, okay, that just because you hear about those important stories in the scriptures, okay, you have to prove that to yourself, hopefully you do, okay, that there's nobody else, okay. Okay, so this is not because they are some special kind of wicked or something, okay. You can argue, okay, they have a position, so okay, they have a lot of responsibility, right? So why they all like that? You know, with that much responsibility, okay? How can that be? You know, and making all kind of accusations, okay? But then you see that you are not perfect, whatever it is coming to you also, okay? Might not be sexuality, okay? Who knows, okay? So this is just an example that I gave you, okay, of these last days and the risks, okay, that you have to consider. Salakia for having here my translator. Okay, I just wanted to show you something. Okay, so Salakia. Yeah, we will continue. We will start from chapter 19, verse 1 again. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speak, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speak nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out to all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them had he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble, the name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice. Selah. Grant thee according to thine own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in thy name, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now I that the Lord saveth his anointed, he will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Yeah, you have people in this right as we speak, okay, in this moment, believing, trusting, hoping. Okay, for example, China has this new modern airplane, okay, which is just a basically you can see it as a sag ja, yeah, you can say it's kind of like us. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Okay, it has, what is the name of it? Wait, what is the name of it? China's super stock airplane. Yeah, is it the Comac? No. Xion. Yeah, there are a lot of things, of course. Okay, if we talk about China, okay, a lot of things that we don't know. Also, is it the Comac C919? No. It's some new kind of stuff. Okay, that they showed. Yeah, whatever. Large military transport aircraft. Yeah, Xion Y-20. Is it that? Yeah, whatever. So they have. I just saw it today. I saw it yesterday. So you will see it. If not, then I guess you have to look for it if you're only on YouTube. Okay, YouTube might not on YouTube it might not show up if you wasn't subscribing to some specific channels, I believe. Okay, but on TikTok it will show up. On Instagram it will show up most likely. Okay, on Twitter, or doesn't matter. So really, this new aircraft, it stores like a lot of mini weapons. Okay, mini aircraft, mini weapons basically. Okay. You would say it's not like there are mini airplanes in it, but it's more like weapons. Okay. For what I believe, it's not mini aircrafts, mini airplanes. What are? Wait. China's new aircraft. Maybe. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of stuff. I could go on TikTok right now, but I don't got it listened. So here, China's new mothership. You can type it in, okay? Mothership. Just type it in like that. Okay, just like our fathership. Yeah, 7,000 kilometers range, capacity to carry 6 tons of ammunition. Okay, Chinese 9 heavens. Okay, yeah, let's just look at this Mint article. Wingspan, okay, 25 meters. It can carry 6 tons of payload and deploy swarms. You see swarms of smaller drones. Yeah, drones, you know, marking a significant advancement in aerial operations. Yeah, and China, you know, some of these Chinese generals and so on and such, okay, hope in these things, okay, also to fight against, you know, the Israelites sooner or later, okay, the coming back of our master, okay, because really look, these heathens, okay, especially if they read the Bible, they maybe know our videos, they maybe know that they are Moab, okay, they maybe know that, you know, that I have to be a heathen, okay, or they just know it sometimes. And guess what? Dangerous stays dangerous, okay, everything that is dangerous, right? But really the overall hate at the moment is going where? Okay, it's going where? To Babylon, okay? Because Babylon just moves as it is basically God, okay, and has to be judged by nobody, not even by God, because they are God, right? I hope that makes sense. So these nations, okay, really don't see it like that, because if you have to be, or if you are God, then you have to be the strongest. Okay, also at least. Okay, not only that, but also. So it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Okay, so everything that, you know, some of these heathens, their only hope is that, you know, their angels are stronger than the angels of Israel. Okay, Israel is just the new name of Jacob, if you don't know. Okay, Israel always goes back to a biological. If you wanna call it tree, then you can call it tree. Okay, the biological seed line. Okay, passing on. Okay, from Jacob to today. Okay, all the way to 2025. Okay, so Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. You can read it in the Bible. Okay, so if people say Israel, really, if you talk with them and you focus really on what you talk about, then first a person has to make sure what this person means with saying that word. Does he mean the state Israel, or does he mean the person Israel who lived? Okay, it's proven that this person lived and was named different before it was named Israel. So what are you talking about? Okay, do you talk about this person, or do you talk about the state? Which the state also, okay, it's proven that the state came later than the person. Okay, so this is how I sometimes, okay, go into a argumentation in different things. Okay, if I'm focused, because oftentimes it's not like that. Okay, So what is yeah. So what is the trust of these oftentimes overpowered nations? Okay, not just to do away, okay, with all other power on earth, okay, but ultimately, you know, if you will, deleting everything that is a threat, basically, okay. So, you know, really, it's in the moment, you know, it's just basically a little bit more you know, eagle-like behavior, okay, for a lot of weapons, okay, that are already prepared, okay, to be fired, or to be kindled, or to be used, okay. But through the scriptures we know it's basically it's just the MOTB, okay. Basically it's just the MOTB, okay, that has to come first before all that you know, the rumors of war escalate, okay, rumors of war. Because right now everything that you see is just rumors of war. The real war will start, okay. The real war will start in the future, okay, in the future. So really, okay, what are these nations preparing for, okay, if that's not the case, okay. So you are not in the time to call yourself a strong nation, however you want to put that word, okay. You are not a strong nation today if you're not well prepared against a threat like America, okay, let me say it like that, or a threat like, for Putin it's a threat like Germany, okay. For Putin it's all, you know, it is of course also Germany, okay. So you have the triangle, right, you know, the triangle states, you know, it doesn't matter. What I mean is everybody wants to be prepared against anybody, okay, just for all to come against to come against our master, okay, which comes back with the real threat, with the real, you know, the real violent man. Not that he was violent when he was here on earth, this is not what I mean, okay. It's also not what I said. What I said is, okay, you can read it in scriptures, okay, it's not me that I, you know, it's here in the scriptures, okay. It's here in the scriptures. When he comes back, he is the leader, okay, of of you know, these military legal this military legal what these nations got, okay. I don't know if you know legal, okay, it's like this children's stuff that you put different, you know, different stuff together, okay. I played that also back then. Yeah, but really, you know, these people are so much into wickedness, okay, that ultimate righteousness, okay, can be only established with, you know, basically stamping wickedness, basically like under the earth, okay, stamping wickedness under the earth. Okay, this is basically what Yahushua does when he comes back. Not that he is really violent, okay. You can you can argue even there that, of course, I shall give thee a word of iron, and you shall, beat them into powder like potter's vessel, and these scriptures, hopefully you know them. But the ultimate goal is not to rule like E and saw Edom, okay? E and saw Edom. It's also good. I saw Edom, No, the ultimate goal is to rule in righteousness, okay? And it's like wickedness has an after effect, okay? Righteousness has no after effect, okay? Wickedness has an after effect of punishing you devils in the kingdom, of course, also, okay? There's no other way, okay? But righteousness has no whatsoever after effect. It's just peace, endless peace, and righteousness, okay? So it's just, you can see it as the bill that is still open to pay. It's not like the Israelites, the 144,000, are the 144,000 are like wicked oppressors and cruel anti-life forces. Okay, that's not the case. Especially not that part with anti-life. Okay, especially not that part. Okay. Wine, stamp, garment, wet, Jesus. Yeah. Those people who call our Lord Yahushua ignorantly and stupidly, okay, not simplicity, stupidly, okay, Jesus Christ, okay, code word JZ, okay, they have to be careful, okay, they have to be careful. I have to say it like that, okay. Isaiah 63:3, I have trodden the winepress alone, okay, so he even says alone, okay, so he might very well be a lot more angrier than we day to day hopeful elect are, okay, a lot of more anger, okay, a lot of more anger that he has. It's just that the time frame is also different, okay. For us it might be 2025 and we lived like, for example, 25 years, but for him it's not even 25 seconds, okay. I have two scriptures to prove that. Two different scriptures in the Bible, from the so-called New Testament and from the so-called Old Testament. No excuse for you Christians out there, okay. So the time works different. Alone. So it's maybe just for Yahushua, it's just a second of complete anger, but just a second, like, I destroy them real quick, okay. But he knows for us it's a little bit longer, at least for our body. Our spirit really has the power, but he is chained to the body, if you understand. Okay, our spirit has the power. Okay, our spirit is our real us, if you don't know. Okay, so he is really more angry than us, but maybe not for the same time. Okay, maybe not as you think, because also, Yahweh's dogs are not our dogs. So maybe it's not even anger, it's just, really we just have to go by what we have. And what we have is this. I have trodden the winepress alone. So he says even he is even doing it alone, basically. Okay? So that proves already that he sees a lot more than we. You see? And of the people there was none with me. And of the people there was none with me, you see? So there he even again sees more than we. Okay? Especially that surface there is no wickedness stuff kind of way of living. Okay? That two thirds also have. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. Okay? And again, this is really not a commandment to go into the darknet, okay, and looking for torture videos or whatever. Okay? If you understand it that way, then okay, I wasn't saying that. Okay? I wasn't saying that. Okay, scripture talks about law of the land. Okay, I know that this is not what is it? Yeah, you can be in prison for that. Okay. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. Yeah. Basically, you know, if you will, you can argue, yeah, horror movies are just like that. It's just the same thing, just legal. Or you can argue, you know, people on the internet, you know, to do their YouTube videos or whatever, they have to use that stuff and then they censor it and they are not in prison for doing so. You know, it's like they have to watch it to censor it. Okay, they have to watch it to censor it. Okay. So they have no right or whatever license to do such stuff. You know, many of them. So what is the main thing that we was reading here? And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Okay. So lucky I have to real quick. Yeah, my things doesn't. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart. Yeah. So mind, in his mind. And the year of my redeemed is come. Yeah, I just heard it yesterday. The verse again, a super verse. Nice verse. Okay. The blood of the righteous crieth unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai continually. Okay, so those who are already dead, those brothers who are already dead. Okay. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. Yeah, because their strength is already, you know, in the atmosphere. You know, doesn't matter too much how far they can move out. It matters more that they are doing too much. Okay, already. When it comes to wickedness, okay, this is the main thing of the main reason, okay, for the anger, okay, yeah. Shall we go into that other verse also? I don't know. Wait, Lucky, I have another verse for you. Wait, what was it? Yeah, we can go into that. Blood of the just. Yeah, actually, second Ezra 15 and 8. Actually, that also fits into what you don't see or what you wasn't seeing. Okay, back in the days, nowadays, second Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Yeah, they exercise themselves, which in that, so they're basically training that also. Okay, yeah, they do it. This means they do it. They just do it. But also, you have to more think about that they, all day long, it's just what they do. Okay, how to get more wicked. Okay, how to perfect. Yeah. You see, perfect wickedness, perfect. I don't know, oppression. Okay, everything. Okay, they train themselves in that. Okay? Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just, okay, complain continually. Okay, this proves also that you can be just and dead. But okay. Okay, because people think, you know, you are not in the people think you are in this truth. Okay, you have both extremes. People think you are in the truth just to suffer, only to suffer, and people think you are in the truth just to be the one guy who survives when when everybody else is dead. You know, like you are really believe that. Okay, these people are bugged out, man. Okay, where do you read that, and who is saying that? Okay, give me one proof, okay, of somebody who says that. Okay, of course you can argue that, even in the church you have, sometimes you maybe said something wrong, okay, but without intent, but really you know the right thing, but you say it wrong. Okay, so who are you? Okay, even I remember really, I believe maybe, not too wicked person, maybe you are too wicked if you don't keep the commandments, but let's say he was a person that maybe, did not those heavy first 10 commandments breaking uh, 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 laws. Let's say he was one of them who wasn't too much, okay, wasn't too much. Yeah, let's say he's a person who, I don't know his name, but let's say he's a person that is not breaking the 10 commandments too much compared to another dude. Okay, who cares? Okay, this is not where I want to go with that example. And he had like, I believe, Bitcoin money or something. Okay, or millions over millions, virtual money. Okay, but then he lost his passcode to enter his bank where that virtual money is, right? You really have to be you really have to be somewhat skilled in what you do, first of all, to get that amount of money, okay? But it shows that we are still human. It's an example. Okay, I just told you about King David, King Solomon. Okay, I just gave you those examples. Okay, and people that we never heard of, but will hear of, and just human beings in general. Okay. What is it? What is it? Okay, that can happen. Okay, even if we have the perfect doctrine, okay, which is a gift to have the doctrine, okay, which I'm not officially in, if you will, when it comes to, you know, you see it in my name. Okay, I'm not officially in GMS, but I subscribe to the doctrine for fully. So what is the thing that still can happen? That still can happen. Okay, it can happen that you know, you say something but you mean something else. It's just your body, okay, that is weak. Okay, or your brain, or a certain kind of, maybe somebody is sick and says something that he doesn't that he never wanted to say. Okay, depends, man. Okay. Okay, sometimes you don't eat good, and you doing not so good as a day where we maybe eat good. Okay. What I mean is there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee. Okay, that you don't have more flaws even as somebody in the truth. Okay, when it comes to what you say and what not. Okay, then you maybe calculate. Okay, there's no guarantee for that, and that's why it's more about faith in the end. It's not about the you know, the technical things too much. Okay, again, it's not of him that won it, but of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai who showed mercy. Okay, if not, then we would be lost again. Okay. So the thing is more, if would you correct yourself if you know what was wrong? That is more the thing. Okay, because flaws are everywhere, and every person has flaws. Even AI has flaws. Okay, even, you know, everything has flaws. Yeah, but not, you know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But what is the outcome, or the matter? Okay, keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because that's the whole duty of man. Okay, that's the first thing, and the second thing is, everybody has flaws, but it depends how you what you make out of it. Okay, do you, or are you correcting those flaws or not? Okay, everybody is correcting themselves. Everybody. Okay, I just saw a last video from yeah, GMS such and such. Okay, but I believe he's even an elder. Okay. Yeah, so really everybody has flaws. Okay, it depends on what you are you do you use them to the best, or do you yeah, okay, do you think oh, I'm without flaws? Okay, not so. Okay, not so. So anyway, I will close it here. Okay, with that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakadash. Okay, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay, and going out with, actually I wanted to look for a verse, but I think it's okay. Okay, we went into a lot verses. Okay. Yeah, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai. Okay, Kal Halal, Yam, Yahweh Barasham, Yahushai Barasham, Wakakudash. Don't wonder when I say Barasham, it sounds like I don't say Hashem, Barashem, you know, but it's more a sound problem. It's not like I don't say the same thing. So just because I say Hashem, okay, so I always say Barasham, Yahushai, Barasham, okay. You even hear it, Barasham, you know. It's kind of like the same if you listen closely. Schau mal.